Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Still here. Appreciate that. Yes. So my name is Cindy Butler, and I'm with the Society for Human Resource Management here in Rhode Island, and we represent over 700 employers here in the state. And I first want to apologize to the previous speaker who was not able to get information for Society for Human Resource Management. We have over 290,000 members nationwide, and if there's some information that I could provide from them, I'd be happy to do that. So I've been in this business for 30 years, and the role of human resources is to balance the needs of the employers and the employees. So we're the ones on the front line that hear the employees when they have concerns, when their mother is sick, when their child is sick, when someone tragically has been impacted by domestic violence. We're also the people that work with the employers, and we understand their challenges both from an operational and a financial standpoint. So, as a member, we really encourage, support, and we actually expect employers to offer paid leave as part of their total compensation package, which includes wages, benefits, and paid time off. And we really admire the Mr. Representative Regenberg on this. We respect you. We know that you're sincere in what you want to do in trying to help employees in different employers. What we're concerned is that it's not a one-size-fits-all, that this is a mandate. And, in anticipation of this legislation, we also did a survey, like many others in here, and over 100 of our members responded. And what we found out is 75 to 80% of them do already offer paid sick leave. And it's usually 3 to 5 days. That seemed to be about the average. What their concern is that they were going to mandate something regardless of the size of your business, regardless of the demographics of your population, regardless of the competitiveness of your industry, and what the cost was going to be. And we've heard a lot today about some of the specifics, excuse me, about we would be the only state with California to have paid sick leave and have family leave. We've heard that, Vermont only has right now 3 days paid leave. California, although it accrues 48 hours, you could only use 3 days paid leave. So having it at 1 hour for every 30 work is an outlier, and having 56 hours is an outlier. We're also concerned about the administrative tracking, about providing it to seasonal workers and temporary workers, part-time workers, interns. We don't think that's really the purpose of paid sick leave. The definition of family, we already have a definition under family medical leave. We have a definition under the Rhode Island family medical leave. We have a definition for family for temporary caregiver insurance. So this would yet be a fourth definition for employers. You can imagine what it's like to try to administer all these programs for employers. It does become difficult. And there's also a fine for employers. I don't think I've heard that tonight. If you don't comply with this, you would be fined anywhere from $500 to $3,000, I believe, for the first offense, and then $5,000 for every continuing offense, besides the fact that we have to put up a lot of posters in our workplaces. So, we heard earlier, what would an employer do if they had an employee in a bakery by themselves and they had to take sick leave? Well, what they would do is they would try to call in another employee, and maybe they'd have to pay that employee overtime. So now they have to pay for the employee that missed the day and also pay maybe time and a half for someone else to bring them in, or pay for a staffing agency, which we heard today from the staffing agency. So there's a real cost. And then I sent around written testimony, but I also submitted written testimony for a colleague of mine at Darlington Industries, one of the few manufacturers left here in Rhode Island. And they calculated it would cost them $315,000 if they were to put in the bill for 7 days for every employee. And they already offer a generous vacation policy. Rhode Island has the highest mandates when it comes to health care, which is one of the reasons why our health care is so expensive. We're concerned that by continuing to put these mandates in for employers, we're also going to increase the cost here of employers. We really admire the General Assembly, the Speaker, the Governor, the Senate President, for all the work you're doing in trying to bring in jobs to Rhode Island and help improve the skills. And that's where we'd like to see the focus continue. I don't know how many of you have sit in this room, have had to tell an employee, I'm sorry, the business is closing because the business isn't able to survive anymore. Or it's going to the South, or it's going to the Midwest, or it's going to China. That's what our members have to do. I'd much rather sit with an employee and help them figure out, most employers that I work with, they will make accommodations for employees because they want to retain their employees. And if we could focus on the jobs and the economy you know, when the jobs start to increase and the competition for labor starts to increase, you'll see the wages go up and the benefits will go up. So, again, we really encourage, support, and expect employers for paid sick leave. What we're concerned is this mandate, and it's not a one-size-fits-all, and it's going to impact employers. And I'm so concerned it's going to impact the people that you want to help the most. So that's all. Any questions?